So my name's Kurt Iverson. I'm an Associate Professor of Urban Geography here at the University of Sydney, and I'm also the President of the University branch of the National Tertiary Education Union, which is the union that represents academic and professional staff at universities across Australia. So I want to talk to you for a couple of minutes about our Vice-Chancellor's current proposal to get rid of hundreds of jobs here at the University of Sydney, what that would mean for you as students here, and what I hope you might do to help us stop it. So first of all, what's going on? Well, last week, the Vice-Chancellor announced his intention to ask staff to express their interest in taking a voluntary redundancy and leaving the university. So what would that mean for you as students? Well, look, the really important thing to understand about voluntary redundancies is that when a member of staff leaves the university through a voluntary redundancy, it's not just the person who leaves, it's their job too. In other words, once somebody leaves on a voluntary redundancy, their position doesn't get filled, they don't get replaced. Now just imagine what would happen if hundreds of staff across the university leave in this way. If dozens or hundreds of academics leave, well, they're going to take their research and teaching specialisms with them. And for you, that's inevitably going to mean a further reduction in the course choices that you have available, especially at those specialised senior levels. And if dozens or hundreds of professional staff leave, then it's also going to mean inevitably a reduction in the services that are so crucial to staff and students as we go about our stuff here at the university. So think of everything that's going to decline potentially from stuff like course support and student counselling through to library services and laboratory technicians. Now, the Vice-Chancellor says that as a university, we've got no choice but to go down the path of redundancies to address the declines in revenue that we've experienced this year associated with the pandemic. But that's just not true. Whilst there, of course, have been revenue declines, the university has other options for addressing this financial problem than getting rid of staff and services here at the university. Now, fortunately, this proposal is still just a proposal and it's not a fait accompli. So what can you do to help us stop this happening? Well, there are three things that you can do right now if you want to join that campaign. Firstly, fire off an email to the Vice-Chancellor as part of the university-wide consultation process and let him know that you don't think cutting jobs is the right way to deal with the university's financial problems, and that you demand that he comes up with an alternative way of dealing with those issues. Secondly, talk to your fellow students, talk to your friends, talk to your family, and let them know about what's going on. It's important that heaps of people know what's happening here at the University of Sydney and express their views about it. And thirdly, stay tuned for a COVID-safe protest that staff and students are organising together later this month on September 16th in opposition to these job cuts and in favour of a different pathway and a fairer pathway through the pandemic. So let's work together to protect our university by stopping this job cuts proposal in its tracks. And let's insist on a fairer response to the pandemic. I hope we can count on your support, and thanks heaps for watching.